Hello, hello, hello. Back at you from the Audi again. Just got done with a little gym workout. And I was thinking about something during my workout. And I was reading a couple things on Twitter too. So this is for my more advanced astrology people. I'm sure you guys all know about the rising signs, about the sun signs, moon sign, Venus, all that, all the planets. But I think what a lot of astrology people too think or define themselves as, and don't get me wrong, I love astrology. I've used it as a tool for defining myself and learning more about myself and others. It's like the psychology of spirituality. And I think it can be very limiting when you describe yourself as certain aspects, because you're like, oh, I'm a Scorpio, I have to be jealous and obsessive because that's just my nature. But I think the point that we miss is that these are just like a video game character. You start out with default levels, right? But as you pursue this life journey, as you learn more about yourself, you can actually upgrade these levels. So there are built-in weaknesses and strengths to the personality, aka video game character, that you may have chosen. Yet you can still work on these things. It's like, yeah, you come automatically with a shadow self, and there's the shadow side to your personality that you chose for yourself, to your astrological positions. But that doesn't mean you need to give into them. The thing about self-reflection and analysis is that you can pinpoint these things, and you can look at yourself and be like, do I really want to be like this forever? Is this something I would consider positive about me? Has this impacted my life positively? Or maybe I need to shine some light on this area of myself and let go of these labels, because that's what we experience when we have this ego death, is that we start letting go of these labels. And that's why I've met a lot of awakened people, and I've asked them their signs, and it's like, yeah, you don't embody these typical characteristics of your sun sign or moon sign or whatever, yet you have maintained the positive ones. So that means maybe you've evolved. Is there such thing as an evolved Aries, Taurus, Scorpio, Gemini, and an unevolved, a default? Right? So that's what I'd like to get you guys thinking about. And then you can move on to things like numerology, and these things are more prone to like your innate way of being without kind of describing your shadow side. It's kind of more like your life path that you've chosen for yourself rather than your video game character. So like, for example, let's say you were a sage in a video game, right? You would come with certain characteristics making you prone to magic, such as learning, a higher ability for learning, right? And a smaller ability for strength or anything that comes with the physical, or maybe money making matters. Yet your higher ability for learning lets you expand into these areas and actually become much more proficient at them. But your path is really to pursue this sage-like nature, right? So that's what that kind of describes. So I think they go in tandem with each other and complement each other quite well. But like I said, true self-analysis doesn't can embody all of these qualities by reflecting on all of them and then choosing which ones they would like, right? So I think that's the difference between being an evolved person and having an awakening as a typical sun sign, and then seeing the ones that are still stuck in the old game, that they're still asleep, they're not realizing. It's just something to think about. And then kind of like also these 12 signs, do we go through each one of them? Does each one serve its purpose for awakening us until we finally awaken and we break free of this cycle of being every sun sign until we understand every perspective? Could that be what its nature is? to help us truly understand every single one of the signs perspective, and how we can awaken and detach from that shadow side, or reintegrate it actually. And once we do, then we are just left with, or not just, but we are left with the beauty of the I am presence. We don't need to be anything else. We don't need to be a Gemini or a Scorpio or Aries or whatever. We just are, and we can see the illusion of it all. So just something to think about. Those are definitely my thoughts as I was pondering it, as I was working out. But anyways, think about it, reflect, and comment below if you have any insights on the matter. I'd love to hear them. Have a good one.